Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Excuse me. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim. That's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And, you know, as you see here, you see caution, okay, bio, lead, radioactive, chemicals, different things. Um, these are the warnings that are on certain containers, okay, and certain trains um, and certain 18 wheelers as well. They transport, these different chemicals. Okay, and that's basically what I'm gonna get into. The contaminants. All right, of the water because of these so-called quote unquote accidents that have been happening. Okay, but we know these are not accidents. All right, through the spirit we know that these excuse me, Hakim. Through the spirit we know that these are signs from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemi Shai, that what Esau is about to come down with great wrath, all right, on everyone. Okay. Just as you had in 70 AD, where what they were doing, they was cutting off the water, the food, different things like that. They were doing these things, to starve out the people. So what? They'll be subject to them. You know what I mean? So that's basically what they're doing to these people. They're cutting off the water. They're raising up food prices or inflating. All right. So they know these people are eventually gonna go to the wilderness for their resources. And if the water, excuse me, Alkin, I'm battling this cold still. So Shalakia. So yeah, they know that these people know that the inflation is continuing to rise. So they know people eventually is gonna resort to what? Hunting for their own food. Okay, going out there to go get it for themselves. So what they're gonna do? Contaminate the water. All right, where what? All your different animals go there to drink. All right, where you drink out of your own tap. That as well. They trying to completely, starve out. All right, and pollute everything to where you have no other choice but to go to them. You know, to get the things that you need to get, being totally dependent on the government, and that's what they want. They want you to be totally dependent on them for medicine. All right, uh, food, money, health, everything. All right, they want you wrapped around their finger. They want to be the Heavenly Father. They want to tell you what you can and can't eat. But yeah, that's what this is. You know, that's what this devil's doing, man. All right, and subliminally, he put in his movies, his TV shows about what he plans on doing. All right, in these last days. That's a part of his witchcraft to show you before he's gonna actually do it. And he knows that you're not gonna do nothing about it. You know, he knows that you're not gonna you're not gonna do nothing besides just maybe try to talk about it. But even that is coming to an end, man, because what anything that is labeled misinformation, sooner or later it's gonna go towards your social credit system. So if they think what you're saying is inappropriate, you're cut off from society in certain aspects, depending on what that is that you talk about, you know? So yeah, man, the hammer is coming down, man. And ultimately, regardless of what it is, because we know that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. It's ultimately the Lord doing all these things. You know, this is the time of basically, the tokens are being handed out, which is these judgments. All right. So we're gonna go to this video here. And as you can see, he knows this is also a part of why people get sick, man. You know, all of these chemical plants, they all over the place, man. All right, polluting the air. All right, coming down and raining over your crops. All right, or raining on you, getting into your pores, getting into your system, weakening you. Not to mention the 5G towers, man. You know, 6G towers. You know, very sick. Raining on these people. And that's what it is, man. You this mixed weather. All right, back and forth. It's hot, man. Then it's cold. It's hot, then it's cold. That's Esau's playing with the weather, man. All right, and we know that goes into what Esau's heart. He has, and this is how the devil can work. You have these spills and the fire and all that stuff like that. This devil is able to make synthetic clouds, man. He's able to create clouds, create rain. You know, he's able to do that. There's history on this, man, dating back to the mid 19, I would say mid 19, I would say between 1950 and 1960, where this was one Edomite was paid to make it rain on this certain city because they were experiencing a drought, and the farmers was basically they they was saying, hey, can you make it rain? You know, can you make it rain in this particular area? Because by the time winter's gonna come, man, we ain't gonna have enough of crops to sustain us. And this devil actually done it, man. All right, so much so to where it rained so much it created a flood and killed people. You can do your own research on that and look that up. All right. But this is what this devil does, man. All right. He think to put himself in the seat of the Most High. All right. Continuing on here. And there you have it. The toxics being brought into the air. You know, polluting the air, polluting the system. All right. And this is not the first one. Well, it's not the first one, but this is not the only one, should I say. We have other spills. You just had a diesel truck spill gas into I believe it was a bayou, a stream or a lake, whatever the case may be. All right. But what that's going to do, that's going to affect that environment. All right. That's why this devil got to go, bro. All right. Because he's destroying the land, bro. All right. This is Psalms 10:3. It says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth." So that's what this dude does, man. He boasts. He boasts in the things that he's gonna do in his movies and different things, but the Lord has set it up to where we have the spiritual eye to see and prepare our minds for these things. Because ultimately it's the Lord warning us of this devil. Having the eyes to be able to see and the ears being able to hear. That's only a gift from the Lord. All right. Not of ourselves, man. You know, never in a million years would I thought I'd pick up the scriptures and just think that I'll be able to understand this. This book was a complete mystery to me, man. But that's the beauty of it, man. That's why we gotta push this word out there, man. To tell these people beforehand. That's what the definition of a prophet is. All right. Let's go here. All right. Let's see. Second Ezra's. What the hell? Can't find it. Bear with me for a second. This is Jeremiah 24:10. There it is. Gone. Jeremiah 24:10. And it reads, "And I will send sword and famine and pestilence among them till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and to their fathers." All right. So the Lord is going to send plagues upon the earth, man. All right, because what Esau, excuse me, Esau has gotten his land by blood. All right, by blood he has gotten his land, and by blood the land must be cleansed by him that shed it. All right, so now we're gonna get to Exodus right here. This is Exodus 7 and 19. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying unto Aaron, Take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both the vessels of wood and the vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so, as the Lord, excuse me, as the Lord commanded. And he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that that were in the rivers, in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants." And that's what the Lord's doing right now with these different derailments, man. And all the waters that were in the river would turn to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank in Egypt, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. So yeah, man, pretty soon, what's gonna happen? This contaminants is gonna continue to spread, and there's gonna be other contaminants that are gonna go into the water, so what people won't be able to drink or eat or do any of these things, man. All right, the Lord's gonna cut off all resources. All right, let me jump over here real quick. Show this next video. All right.
Wow.
Look at all that.
Look at it.
It's all in the bottom of the creek bed. Now look at it.
As you can see, this water is contaminated, man. All right. It's been polluted. Okay. It's been polluted. And this is gonna be the result, the end result of all lakes and ponds and everything else. Because the scripture says it's gonna be as a time as never before. So it's gonna be worse than Egypt. This new Egypt is gonna be worse. Look at that, man. That's right, man. So as you can see, place is contaminated, man. That's why the scripture says, "Rise up and depart, for this is not your rest. It will destroy you with a sword destruction." All right, I got one more scripture to get to. All right, Second Ezra, chapter 5. Second Ezra, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Nevertheless, as coming the tokens." Tokens is representative of the judgments. "Behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell on the earth shall be taken in great number." And people are being taken in great number as of right now. But as this time progresses and we get closer to the end, people are going to be dying by the droves, man. Just what? What was it last week? that situation that happened in Turkey, 35 plus thousand people dead. That's going to happen on a weekly basis, daily basis. Or should I say weekly? I don't know. It's all how the Lord plans on how it's being. But the point being is this: people are going to be dying by the droves, bro. Okay? And it says um, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, because the Shalakia, man. God damn. When the Lord really starts putting out that judgment and people start dying by great multitudes, guess what? The prophets are going to be off the highways and the byways. All right? They ain't going to be out there telling you, because it's going to get to the point to where it's going to be dangerous. That's why the scriptures say a man shall desire to want to go into the city but shall not be able. Because the great evils in the city. It says in the way of the truth shall be hidden, and the land should be barren of faith. That's right. There's going to be so much death out here that people are going to be saying to themselves, I mean, goddamn, like, who is meant to be saved? You know, and that's when people going to realize that that pastor's been telling them a lie. Ain't no damn rapture. And they going to put his ass to death too, you know. Verse 2, but iniquity says, but iniquity shall be increased above all that that which thou seest, or thou hast heard long ago. So the wickedness to come, the wickedness to come is going to be greater than what we've ever seen before, man. All right. It says, and the land that thou not seest now to have roots shall be wasted suddenly. It's going to be wasted because those eyes should be vessels. It's going to be wasted because Jacob's trouble. That's why that's why the scriptures say what? I come to send fire. Yahweh shall say I come to send fire, but what if it already be kindled? Because the land is already going to be jacked up, man. Think about it. You got chemical plants, you got gas plants, you have all these different things around the earth. You got nuclear plants. All these things are going to be set afire, man. Increasing that fire, fuel for the fire. But it says, but if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet, that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day. So the Lord is sending these signs in the heavens and the earth, man, to let us know that the ending of the world is coming. The ending of this world is coming, and the beginning of Jacob's world is ahead of us, man. All right? The bringing down of one and the setting up of another. And blood shall drop out of wood, and stones shall give his voice, and people shall be troubled. All right? And that blood is speaking about the blood of those who get mixed up in that destruction, who get caught up in the destruction. All right. Um, it says, and the stone shall give his voice, because as the destruction comes, these different buildings are gonna be destroyed. You're gonna have missiles dropping uh, uh, um, randomly, man, at random. Okay, and the voice of those stones are them what dropping, being destroyed. You ever heard a building just when they demolition a building? Or have you ever seen a video where um, those rocks fall? All right, That's what it's gonna say. That's what the voice of the stones are talking about, man. All right, and it says, and even he shall rule whom they look not for that dwell upon the earth. Now, that's speaking about the elect, man, because they don't think that we're gonna rule. They ain't even thinking about us. And the fowl shall take away their flight. Yeah, the fowl shall take their flight away together. That's right, because anytime that there's a distress, those birds, these animals know, man, they on a different vibration. No, anytime a hurricane comes, predominantly here out here in Louisiana, man, these birds, these different, animals, they're able to detect, just something within them. The Most High is set up where they be able to understand these things. All right, but this is the point here in verse 7. And the Sodomish sea shall cast out fish. All right, and the Sodomish sea that's going into the Dead Sea, man. All right, and make a noise in the night which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. But the point is the Sodomish sea. All right, because going into basically basically going into the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is not really able to. It's not really. Not, it's not. It's not able to at all really hold any life in it because of the salt content within the water. So what? No fish can actually live there, man. All right, and that's likening to what's going on right now. All right, the water's being contaminated. All right, the water's being contaminated and it's making it hard. It's gonna make it hard for anybody to find what real water. All right, and there shall be confusion also in many places. All right, there's already confusion, but the confusion is gonna multiply. Okay, as these judgments continue to hit the earth, and the fire shall be off sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places. All right, and Mr. Women shall bring forth monsters. That's right. So you know, these different beasts and animals, they just like a fish, right? Where they jump out of the water when the water's contaminated. Well, guess what? These different animals that are in this wilderness, you know, they're gonna be looking to go find water and other resources somewhere else because their water is gonna be contaminated. Because eventually, all the water is gonna be contaminated. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna have different beasts like bears, deer, all right, different things of that sort. Going through these different cities and towns and things like that. And you've seen a kind of an example of that when the pandemic had hit. A lot of people wasn't really in the city. And what happened? These beasts start to roam around. You know, and that's exactly what's going to happen again in the future because ultimately the city is going to be a dangerous place, like I said before, to be in. So what people are going to flee to the wilderness, and the animals they're going to change their place as well. They're going to be searching for resources or a place to be. All right, continuing on. Let's see where I'm at. Verse 9. It says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and friends shall destroy one another when thou wilt hide itself in understanding, withdraw itself into his secret chamber." All right. So that salt water shall be found sweet. That's basically going into Um, the places that you will usually go to find your water or your resources, um, you won't find it. Okay, and if you do find it, it's gonna be contaminated. Okay, places that you would usually go to, like streams and rivers where people usually find clean water, you're not gonna find clean water there anymore, man. All right. So yeah, man, that's the main point, man. Lord willing, this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Till the next time, I say Shalom.